Hell no to the not.
Oh no no no.
Oh no no no. I need to hit that.
And I don't think so he has checked it.
So you know what I've done is and like
What have you done?
Listen. My entire YouTube feed has been absolutely obliterated because I keep watching like D-tier Chinese drama.
Oh god, I did that last year. You're doing it now?
Your behavior.
Oh, the schlock. The schlock is so good. Oh, it's like, it's just bad romance, and I'm like, give me the cheese. Give me all the cheese in the world. Delicious. I'm not sorry.
Don't be. It's like I've been watching like the like Chinese dramas that are like what do you say, the historical ones?
Oh yeah. The historical fantasy.
I just
Not
been
the
watching
fantasy,
old
not
Star
the
Trek
fantasy, the
shows.
historical ones that actually are based on like real like history, Chinese history.
Landon, can you move your camera a little bit to the, I don't know, your right or left? I don't know what direction it is.
Let's see. What is that you're doing? Oh, I have to go to the little preview thing. Move it. Where? Move.
I don't know which one is your left and which one is your right. Hold a hand up and tell me which hand it is. Which one is it? You have to tell me which one it is! Landon!
Well, see, this is my right hand on the left side.
Why would you do that to
Right-
me?
Right hand.
Alright, move it a little bit to the right. Good God. Did I make you mad at me? What's wrong?
No. I'm just having fun. So you want me to move it to the right?
There you go, perfect.
There?
Wonderful. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Alright,
So you're ready to commit YouTube?
ready to commit YouTube crimes? Yeah, let's go.
Let's go! Oh god.
Hey, what up everybody? What's going on? Welcome back to Debate Hub. We are here, and we are doing volcanoes today. It's Volcano Day.
Yeah.
Welcome to Volcano Day.
Yay, Madam Pele.
Yes. How are folks doing?
I have a question for you guys before we start.
Please.
Do you guys think Debate Hub counts as an associated channel with my regular channel? 'Cause I don't think so. Like, I'm a person who's on it and runs the channel, but I don't think the channel is associated.
I would say
Yeah,
the
no
topics
more
are
than-
really...
No more than you were once on, someone else's now defunct channel, and you're not associated with that one, right? Just because you're on the channel doesn't mean you're associated with you. But on the other hand, they're also very distinct channels. I mean,
They are.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So what's
I
going
mean,
on?
if you want to see Mert Mart, you need to see the Mert Mart channel. If you want to see interesting content that's debated, you want to see the debate thingy. So, but here we are with your debate stuff regarding Madam Pele.
Yeah. Welcome to
Yay.
Volcano Watch. It is July. I know there's been at least one volcano in Iceland that's been going off.
Popping off.
Yeah. There's some pretty spectacular Icelandic volcanoes that are going on, and it has certainly reached sort of epic things with long fountains of lava. I do have so I'll put a live picture of that thing up there because someone sent me a nice little link. So that means I should probably screen share, perhaps, unless there are other things we want to do vamping on before we.
No. I think we're good to go. Go for it.
Okay, so let me
share
my screen. Move this up here.
Sorry if I'm overly excited. I just had 2 cups of coffee and they're hitting me now, right now.
And so here's some eruption going on in this Icelandic volcano. Yeah, that's a nice. They have nice photos, although sometimes their volcanoes can be quite cranky if you want to get near them. But yes. Yeah, so this is about volcanoes, and volcanoes are a rather regular thing on planet Earth.
You don't say.
As we see this nice particular, as you see this very nice.
Are you saying?
Go ahead.
I will ask you one question towards the end of this show today, because AI has been going nuts, and I'm seeing a lot of like stupid shit on my Twitter timeline. So yeah, I'm going to ask that question, but at the end. Yeah. It's about the Yellowstone. That's what it is about.
Okay.
Oh,
very
God.
good.
Chesh is
Okay, but that's the current thing there. Although I wish their cameras were a little bit more color and intensity balanced, but that's the way it goes. It's a nice eruption going on. But as I say, volcanoes are a very regular thing on planet Earth. As of the 17th, yesterday, there were 45 volcanoes that were erupting, including that one.
Nice.
We've had 55 eruptions this year. Last year was 65. So I think we're going to get pretty close to the last year's count. As far as where...
Sorry, Can you repeat that for me? How many have you had this year?
So this year, since 2025, began 55 eruptions, 45 which are erupting right now.
Already 55.
So last year was 65, and so
by this time
we might no total months. So we're at 55.
Okay, yeah, so
halfway through. Now, as I say, a number of those volcanoes just are almost sort of continuously erupting, like Kilauea that erupts frequently. Well, let's actually look where these, and of course, if you've been on this channel, you know the usual. Mongolian and Etna are almost always erupting. Nothing unusual about that. If they weren't erupting, that would be something unusual. This one we were watching in Iceland. Excuse me, sorry. Trademark Canada.
Oh, bless you.
Gesundheit.
You have to say trademark Canada unless you're Canadian, in which case you
Gesundheit. Trademark Germany.
Yes, who saw that one? I don't know. Is that pronounced Svartsigny? I don't know.
You know better than to ask me how to pronounce things.
I wanted to know how she would try to pronounce.
No. You can't make me. This isn't the pub. You can't make me.
Yes. I do. I am not a good pronouncer of words.
Pronouncer of words. You know, I needed a laugh today. Thanks for that.
Yeah, it's a good laugh.
So Ethiopia has their ones in that depression, which would be really nice to get to, but it's a bad area to try to do tourism in. Sadly, Indian Ocean, DR Congo has a pair. Indonesia's down to only 7. There were 8 last time, but they kind of come and go. They've actually had a couple of really spectacular events. So they're Indonesia is again cool. Packed. Nothing in the North American Alaskan area, although the Katamai is looking like it could erupt on the peninsula, and people are watching. And of course, in Mexico has its central volcano that's erupting. Guatemala has its 2. Nicaragua has 1. Costa Rica has 1. And in South America, you got the usual pair in Ecuador, 1 in Peru, and then this particular one in Chile started up. Look at other ones there. Of course, Kilauea is erupting. And you might say that it's been erupting since Christmas Eve. Again, it depends on what you mean by erupting. It's been in an eruptive phase since Christmas Eve. But as far as lava coming out, it kind of comes and goes. So it kind of depends on what erupting means. Papua New Guinea and Solomon Islands, Tonga, Vanuatu, and of course along in Russia and in Chakra Peninsula is quite active there. Kuril Islands. Japan has 2. Actually, no, Japan has 4. I'm sorry, right now, including the Iwo Jima volcano, and of course the Philippines has lots of volcanoes all over the place. So, what about Madam Pele and the Kilauea volcano in Hawaii? Well, we have been watching what's happening here. It's between phases. We're looking at the notion of potentially episode 29 starting pretty soon.
Do you mind zooming that in a little bit for us?
Cams. I've been watching the cams here to see, but we're now up to episode. If you want to know in terms of gas, we were running around when it's not erupting, and it's just sort of smoldering around 1,500 tons per day. But once it starts erupting, of course, it will. Once the episode starts, and again, we're in this episodic eruptive phase that the volcano is behaving in. Rather interesting. So let's look at the tilt meters, because that's another thing we look at. And here is the tilt meter. And if we look like the one of the past month, we can see that the tilt meter is near the maximum spot, right? So I keep poking to see.
Zoom that in a little bit for us.
Thank you. So if you look at this, probably this one here gives you the graph. We can see when the tilt meter, the blue line drops, that's when we get a fountain, right? That's when we get a new eruptive phase. And then the fountain ends and it builds up pressure again, up and down, up and down. Now, we had an earthquake here, right? And that's that wiggle right there I'm pointing at is an earthquake where the mountain jiggled and the tilt meters jiggle. That happens on occasion, but you can see along the upslope we have this up down up down up down. So we're seeing another sort of cycling underneath in the magma chamber, but it's building up pressure, and it looks like could be any moment now. So we'll see what happens.
For me personally, the tilt meters are the things that I am able to grasp and understand to read the data personally. Chat, do you guys have a favorite method? Is it the visual of actually observing the volcano through the cameras? Is it the tilt meters? What piece of data do you find you're able to comprehend and sort of use as your main point to understand what we're talking about?
And there you see over the last 3 months these up down things. So to let the chat knows. Now, tilt meters are one thing. We also look at the GPS. Unfortunately, the GPS system is currently they're having problems with the data, and we'll see if we can get it back again. Nope, there was. I was trying to get this out there. We don't have the GPS distance across, sadly. But the GPS system tends to, as you remember from the past, it has this. When the eruption starts, the mountain contracts. So the distances across the caldera contract slightly. And it's been doing this up, down, corresponding with the tilt meters. Again, what's happening here, the blue line represents the data up at the summit. The green line is at Pu'u'o'o, which is a side volcano farther down the East Rift Zone. And you can see both of them have this sort of periodicity to it, but the main inflation deflation is occurring at the summit because that's where the eruptions are going. We see no sign of the magma moving down one of the pipes, which is kind of odd, because it seems like it puts a lot of work into those nice fountains. Not that I'm complaining, but those nice fountains at the top and not going down either spine. When we look at the week data, here is some data, new data, and we'll sort of zoom this in. This is talking about the elevation of the floor of Halemaumau down there, and a mark at distance above sea level, and we can see that there's this floor level has been declining. That is, it has been sinking in, and in part because the magma is kind of pushing off to the side, so the top of the mountain kind of sags in, in terms of at least distance-wise above. Lots of earthquakes, but these earthquakes are not here at the summit. This is the summit area here. That's where the Halemaumau is in this spot. But a lot of on the summit. These the colors here represent the depth, and so these quakes here are the magma coming up deep from the mantle, heading towards the volcanoes. And we had a couple of earthquakes. There was an earthquake there that had a nice epicenter. But other things you look at is sort of the depth. So here is the let's do the time-based thing here. Here is showing you the depth, and you see that at around 30 kilometers deep. These sort of blue dots here, they're smaller quakes, they're deep, and that's the magma coming up. And here we see the more surface level stuff, including these couple here that cause that little wiggle on the tilt meter. But yes, I think the tilt meters are really important because they help foretell what might be coming, assuming that the mountain behaves in a periodic way. Again, this particular blip here was a wiggle. Basically, there's a set of quakes involving this stuff, which caused the tilt meter to go boing, 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 boing. That's a technical term, boing, 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 boing. Again, on the month wise as well, the same sort of thing. These deep quakes, although we had a couple of interesting, fairly deep quakes even below that. Usually they're at about 30 kilometer level. We had some around 40 kilometers. The rate of there is pretty consistent across the month. And in terms of sulfur dioxide gas, if you look over the month,
that's my favorite
you can
part.
see peaks of when the episodes occur, right? Again, it's running at around the 1,200 tons per day, but when you get those fountains, you get these not surprisingly outbursts. So here's a nice summary coming up through episode 24. And the thing to look at, there's two
Zoom that in for us a little bit.
really important graphs here. First, here are the fountains that are in Halemaumau. This is the the main lava pit. This shows you the down-dropped block and the larger set of the main caldera at the summit of the volcano. Here's the inset showing the shape of the volcano with the summit region and the rift zones. And for some reason, the lava has been coming out of these vents in very nice fountains. If you look at the coverage, right? The area of coverage is now at 340 hectares, which is around 841 acres. And since the Christmas Eve eruption started, we've had over 101 million cubic meters of lava. That's 101 million washing machines worth of lava. And as I say, that's a lot of stuff. Of course, in per units, 26.7 billion gallons. And since there's 8 pints to a gallon, that comes in at 213,000 megabytes.
How many washing machines would that be?
We're
How
at
many
101
washing
million.
machines per megapint?
101 million. But in this graph, you look at the thickness of the lava that has come across, and we can see, and we'll see in some of the pictures that the stuff has been mounting up around these lava fountains, piled up there, and this we're beginning to build a mound in this area of the down-drop block, and a mound around up around 100 meters, around 330 feet in height. But the other thing I want to point out is this graph down here. So this is a side view. Shows you the side view where this gray line was before the 2018 collapse. Remember, in August 2018, we had the end of the great 30-year continuous eruption, and the summit collapsed. It collapsed almost, if you look in terms of elevation, the summit collapsed almost more than 500 meters, or 1,640 feet. A fairly significant drop, almost halfway to sea level. And we can see how over the years we had a water lake there, even a point where water started filling up, but it erupted in 2020 and filled to a depth up to here, and then subsequent eruptions are more and more and more. So this yellow line here represents the current fill depth at 408 meters of fill, and you can tell that there's still a reasonable amount of volume before it'll completely fill the collapse area, and start to because this is the down drop block here, all this area, and it's got a ways to go. So it's doing a good job of filling it up quite fast. But I wanted to show you this sort of side view to say where we are as far as this lava lake, mostly congealed, and as to why the magma forces its way up to these small vents and does these big streams as opposed to working its way down either spine. Still a mystery. I don't understand what's causing it to not move. There must be some disruption in the plumbing on the east rift zone or the southwest rift zone that's prevented it from working its way in. Because we don't see any signs of the magma moving. Of course, it could start to do that on its own, but so far we don't see that thing. And again, from the point of view of floor elevation in the summit, even though we see that you have an eruption, and then jumps up as the lava is pushing out, and then when the fountain it settles down to, and so it's up down as it keeps pushing up more and more and more from the lava filling in the area. I guess again, I mentioned with earthquakes, lots of earthquakes, and you see all these. See, most of there are some quakes up the top, but most of the quakes are on the side of the island. And you say, what's going on there? Why aren't there just a pile of quakes where the eruption is occurring? Well, this again, this graph shows you the island. And again, most of the quakes are around the killer region. There's occasionally quakes off on the side, but they're not much of a consequence. But this shows you what's actually.
On the side saying, "Yeah, we are also here, guys. Hi, guys. How are you?" Like from the other side. By the way.
Yeah. I mean, and you look at that one there. That one's that was a magnitude 2 over there on the side. This is an extinct volcano up in this spot. This is the dormant Mauna Kea. Here's the big Mauna Loa, Hualalai there, and Kilauea down here. And the volcano, here's the big island. You can see the island chain where the hotspot moves. And you can also notice when you look at this thing, you see all these debris falling off, right? They've had very significant landslides producing enormous tsunamis as basically the side of the island gives way and spills into the ocean. And that's best represented by this thing. So here shows you a graph of earthquakes and giving you the motion when earthquake moved, when the ground shook. Where did it move? Obviously, this is just showing the direction, not that it moved that much. It's more of showing the magnitude and direction of the motion, and we can see that the motion is there's certainly stuff up in the summit because that's where the main action is, but the side of the mountain side of the island is being pushed towards the sea. The weight that's being added to the top is beginning to push the side of the island in towards the sea. There are certainly a number of faults. These lines are showing faults along the line, and at some point in the future, and probably in not necessarily in our lifetime, but some point in the future, one of these faults will give way, and you get a significant landslide into the ocean and a tsunami generating event as the island sort of sloughs off on the edge. But that's a lot of, you can see again where we're talking about in the Big Island. The pressure is pushing it towards the ocean, sagging its way towards lower ground. So we look at what's happening right now. Let's see, I was hoping to see right now, we still have a lot of gas steam coming out of this. This is the V1 camera. There, let's look at V2. V2, again, lots of gas coming out. Do an update. And that's looking towards the vents. V3 shows as well. Again, I was hoping that we'd start to see some glow, but we're not yet. It may be, but we'll check in on the at the end of the show to see if something's happening. S2 cam off on the side, although it's a little bit obscured by fog. You can see the mound right here is the top of the rim of the caldera, and you can see that there's a pretty big mound that's now showing up where the vents are occurring. And again, when you look at that map, you can see the mound. This it's showing this mound area here where it's getting taller and taller. So that's there, and here is a camera from what used to be the Volcano Museum, and now is the Overlook. So this is if you were to go to the visitor center, what used to be the visitor center, now the Overlook, you'd be able to see down into the spot. And when the thing fountains, and this is a pretty good viewing spot. Lots of people like to go and look. But also we can see the gas, right? The gas plumes are heading, the trade winds are pushing the volcanic gas to the southwest. And the monitors show that, in terms of where the vac gas is going. So our update events, here's a table showing you the episodes since Christmas Eve. So this column here, I'll zoom in a bit. We had the duration. So there's the duration, how much pause between the next eruption, and the height of the fountain, and the amount of volume of lava coming out. And as we go down to where we were, because I think our last volcano show was May. Was what?
It was June 7th, June.
Well, I got my calendar here.
21st. June 21st. 21st or 20th, one of those dates, yeah.
Yeah. So we've had 3 fountains that occurred since that time. And we had, and you see the duration. Again, you can see the duration here in terms of hours. This column here shows you the duration, and they tend to be like last for half day to a few hours. There tends to be like a week to up to 10 days in between the fountains, but the fountain heights have been becoming in at a pretty spectacular height. So we can see, for example, on episode 26, we had a 380 meter height. That's around 1,250 feet high lava fountain. The volumes tend to be pretty much the same, pretty consistent in terms of the million cubic meters or million washing machines worth of volume. They're pretty consistent. And the heights kind of vary depending upon how much pressure is behind it, but we're seeing things in the 1,000 feet, 320 to 380 meter range for fountains. Pretty spectacular fountains. I want to show you a picture of the video from episode 25. And this was a really spectacular thing. You can see the fountain starts, and this is one where it reached at the very beginning. So they tend to be highest at the very beginning in the set, and of course nighttime is always quite pretty. And then 26 starts. So this was the great thing, and it starts bubbling, and then this is probably the maximum height we've ever seen from a lava fountain in the caldera. They had one in 1959 that was taller on the side, but this is the highest one, and you can see that mound is building up. Yeah, it goes quite high. So if you were in that bitter spot, you definitely see things. So as I say, the lava fountaining during episode 26 was just spectacular, and this was taken near the visitor area here, the visitor overlook, another sort of visitor overlook. Again on episode 26, and I like it has the jet is not just a solid stream, but there's variability and there's pulsing in there. So the pulsation waves in that fountain. There's another side thing giving more of the stream, the flow that comes off of there. You can see that flow. Again, most times lava is dark, but if you have enough motion and temperature, it'll give you this red glow. I really love the patterns, especially at night. I think is my favorite. And of course, lots of visitors. It is definitely entertaining, and people have a very safe place to see these fountains. And again, we're quite fortunate to be able to get this close to such an active, one of the world's most active. Yeah,
that's really close.
You could get some really cool like photos done. Like if you were to hire a professional photographer in and around this time, in and around this volcano, to go and get some really cool photos done. Hey, if you're somebody who's like doing their honeymoon in Hawaii, doing their wedding in Hawaii, now's the time to do it. All I'm saying.
And I happen to know this is the park ranger here who is keeping an eye on things. That they of course they monitor the gas, because this picture is taken upwind from the gas stream. I'm making sure. Good. And again, even during the daytime, the pictures from the flow coming off of these fountains are just, you can see how much is mounding now in this area, right? The spots and lava bombs that really are quite there. Again, this is episode 26, that fountain. Along the side as well, of course, the those get actually up much closer and are potentially downwind. So make use of protective equipment, breathing wise, as well as other materials. And there's whole monitoring. There's a whole safety protocol that they make use of in approaching it quite close. And here you can see the masks on. they're helpful because sometimes rocks fly out of the vent. And
Yeah, rocks fall, party dies.
tephra deposits. This is downwind from the vents. Obviously, it's not erupting at this point. This is a post 26 thing, but they're taking measurements of the. You can see how far from the road down there, how much some of this rock is mounded up. Because again, when it's doing this big spray of the top, and this is sending lots of gas out the rock congeal and falls. There is still, however, plenty of plants that vigorously grow, very rich nutrient soil, and plants are some plants that are still trying to stay up on top. Those ferns are really quite they're quite vigorous in trying to stay alive as it gets sprinkled by rocks.
Life finds a way.
Yes. But again, you can see that out on the plains for the vehicles, the auto mechanics have their time.
Oh, did they do donuts?
Pretzels.
I don't know. I'll have to ask. If anyone's done it.
If they're doing 4-wheel drive in this like gravel dust, they've gotta be doing donut. I'm Canadian. Donuts are so common because like there's snow on the ground, and so when it's that light powder, you just go in the middle of the night to some like I don't know like a Walmart parking lot or the equivalent of, and you're just out there just spinning. Cops don't stop you. They don't care. The cops are doing it too.
Oh, that's interesting.
If this was, where you didn't have an eruption, it could look kind of ugly. But it's just going to get covered up again with more stuff. So I would say I hope they do donuts.
They gotta have a little bit of fun.
But the mechanics do have a better time because this also has lots of very high silicon particle content. And you don't need a medical expert to tell you that silicosis is bad. I have a good time. So use protective gear, and the mechanics have to deal with the abrasive material in the vehicle and the air filters and so forth. They have a whole regime keeping these vehicles up to speed. So here's a image looking down the main vent. Cool. Obviously not, obviously there you can see down low. This is a case where again it's that fuming, like what we're seeing, and you can see that there's down deep. There's some magma sitting there waiting its turn to get enough pressure to go whoosh. Here's a really good aerial view showing you the down drop block and the extent of this eruption. I'm going to zoom in here.
It's just pushing and pushing, right? It's just pushing in one direction and just expanding. Yeah. So it's like
remember yes, please go ahead.
It's expanding, so maybe it will never get to fill because it just keeps expanding at the top. So it's like before even it gets the chance to fill up, it's just like, nope, I'm gonna go this way.
And people might remember we had when it was more of we'd have eruptions in the middle of the lava lake, and we had Gilligan's Island. Remember that the island floating around when it was much more liquid.
R.I.P. Pay respects in the chat. Have to pay respects in the chat for Gilligan's Island. We salute thee.
It was erupting on this area here. We get little curtain fountains coming inside, and then we had the other side. It jumped to the other side, and we had a couple of dikes. Remember, there was a camera sitting here that just escaped between the two lava flows. That's what this is the old set. But you can see this area here. I'll zoom in. This is showing you the extent of the down drop block, right? This is the set, and what you're seeing in here was the result of basically this martini glass that's now nearly full. If we look in here, we can see now. Look at the amount of mound that's there. Even though this has come up about 2/3 from the bottom, this mound that's building up where these fountains occur is about halfway up to the actual caldera rim, right? Not just the non-rock block, but in that rim.
Interesting. Yeah.
And also look at the amount of material. I mean, there's an enormous amount of rock and ash, tephra, that has deposited in this region downwind from these vents. Now, of course, this is fairly unstable, so one should not walk near the rim because avalanches of rock are quite common. Back here, of course, there's lots of more material there, but it's an interesting. This is an interesting process, and the question is going to be when this eruption ends, this episodic eruption ends. Will a nice cone here. Pu'o'o, you've heard me talk about, was the vent down the east rift zone where it erupted for 35 and a half years. And it built a nice little cone there. That's a little o'o. And so we were wondering whether we're going to get a nice cone sitting here on the side. That'd be kind of cute. And just to give you more of a sense here, I think we can see. Yeah, here's the overlook for the visitors. So you have a pretty good view down there from that spot.
So imagine how high the fountains must be. So for like photographers to be able to get that like shot of like people standing and the lava fountain behind them. The fountains have to be really, really hot. So you can just imagine the magnitude of all this.
Yes, yeah. This
insert the standard advertisement for go visit Hawaii and be respectful of locals.
Yes. There's a number of additional Hawaiians who would say, you're quite welcome because that Polynesian hospitality is something that's very much part of the culture. And if you're not a jerk, you will have a good time. They really have a marvelous sense of treating visitors well. Here we look more.
If you're from the States, do me a favor and stop pretending you're Canadian.
Yeah. Stop bringing bad name to Canadians.
Yes. Yeah, of course. If you have a hat on that says "not for sale," does that mean you're trying to pass as Canadian, or you're just buying the merchandise?
I had this conversation with my mother.
Oh, really? You did? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my pen.
We had a conversation about Americans posing, or people from the United States posing as Canadians when they travel because people from the United States don't have the best reputation abroad for, behaving themselves. So they'll pretend to be Canadians, but they're not good at it and they think everybody else is stupid. Like the ones who do that.
So I want to look at this area.
Why am I not surprised?
And the again, this is the place where the fountain comes up, the fountain vents, and you can see again how unstable this area is. Right, this is basically this ash rock that kind of is semi-liquid that congeals, but it's definitely there, and you can see the amount of material that's just piling up.
Wow.
Behind it.
At some distance, there was supposed to be some highway, right, that got covered in ash, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a bit of the highway here you can see along. No, I think it's along here.
Oh,
no, the highway got deleted.
Oh, really?
But yeah,
the highway got deleted.
Part of the highway got deleted. Madam Pele said, "Nah."
I didn't realize that. I thought
I
the
don't
highway
like
was still
that.
there.
I don't like that highway. I need that gone. It's messing up my SimCity.
It's messing my view. It's messing the lines on my face. No, I don't need more lines on my face. Thank you very much. It's like just.
So episode 27
I
had
didn't
also
realize
pretty,
seriously that it was gone. I was like, I thought it was still there.
there's
Wow.
the highway has some road repairs to deal with, and it doesn't happen. Help with like you get things like this.
Some road repairs. Don't you need a new highway now, Landon? Like some road repairs?
Yeah, but I say you can see
Yeah.
again where it's going and the amount of so all this rock, and this is very hot rock that is is certainly growing in the infrared quite a bit. Down here,
I was talking without. I
27.
was talking without. I was talking on mute, wasn't I? Yeah, I was. Yeah. I was just saying I didn't realize that the whole highway got heated. Like, and you need a new highway now? Is that what it is now, Landon?
Yeah, the chain, basically the rim drive has to be re-rimmed. This bird is okay. This was in front.
This bird is okay?
This bird was okay.
You sure?
This bird was closer to the camera, so it was not in danger.
Okay.
Bird's got balls.
I don't know. I don't know why I don't believe that. That's so very assuring. The positioning
Maanyaa?
of that bird in this. Yeah.
Dear, sweetheart,
Yeah.
darling.
Yeah.
You have our predictions from last month?
We have a couple more pictures.
Prediction.
Couple more pictures. Here's another one showing you again how the fountains evolve. This is farther back.
That's cool. I like that there's a little fence going along that's like telling people like stay back.
Yeah.
As if like a-holes are gonna pay heed to that and end up in there.
Yeah.
Wasn't there recently?
And here's, by the way, I want to show you a picture of what's called Pele's hair. And you can see here these
Gross.
these are silicon.
Pele's what?
Hair.
This is called Pele's hair. This is basically silicon needles, right? So when lava is going shear and you get the string along the line, you get these very this is basically glass needles that pile up.
Ooh, that's so nice.
That's there. But as I say, life still goes on
that's
around.
Nice.
Life still goes on around
that's
there.
That's actually really nice.
Life finds a way.
That's.
I want to show you
that's
the episode
really
27 fountain.
Oh.
It's like a fan.
Yeah, and like it's like someone just like let go of like just open the faucet and they're like, yeah, okay, just walked away.
It's like one of those lawn sprinklers.
Yeah, the lawn sprinkler, like the big ones, like the gigantic ones that are meant to like keep people off the lawns. Holy moly!
Yeah, just a couple more here. This is another one I really like, showing you the panorama. Here's again from the side, showing you the.
But where's the curve?
I like that. Where's the curve? Yeah. See the greenery is starting to come up. So, Landon, for all this greenery to come up, how long did it take for all the greenery over here?
Well, this is an area here, which is this area probably was affected in the 2018 area when you had the summit collapse. But you can tell that there is greenery around there. So this is older greenery. The stuff in there is still quite hot. So I wouldn't expect plants to be surviving in this area.
Yeah,
but you can see. You can see now how it's higher in this area here to the fountain and kind of slopes down because the lava is getting thicker and thicker. A couple more here. Again, I like the top area. Pele's hair is being created by the stringers along the line as these lava bombs come out. The tails string out, and you get the guards.
Wow.
Again. We make use a lot of heavy
drones. Yeah.
Drones for there. And finally, you ask about the road.
What
there you
road?
go.
I don't see any road. I don't
What
know what
road?
road you're talking about.
I mean,
Was there a road ever? Are
they
like,
have a little bit of, there is a little bit of road problems there, but it gets even
little
worse.
bit of road.
It gets even worse beyond that set. It kind of gets yeah. So we talk about the deleted.
That looks like any road in Canada after winter.
Oh, really?
That's why we have construction
Oh.
season.
Yes.
Oh,
And
I see.
winter.
I see.
I tried. I
Wow.
tried to convince Maanyaa. Maanyaa is now
Okay.
in Australia after being in New Zealand, and I tried to convince her to come to Canada. And this past winter in Canada was one of the harshest winters that we've had in a little while. So like, if I had managed to convince Maanyaa to come to Canada this last winter, she would have just been absolutely floored.
So we'll finish here with the
I tried.
record fountain height from episode 26.
You never know. There's still some time. There's still time. You never know.
And you can see how, again, where those Pele hairs.
And you might even have a
Those
harsher
are so-
winter. You never know.
So
That looks
shall we?
beautiful.
I'll mute it here. Shall we talk about predictions and things like that while we're?
Yeah, swap over,
going to-
Landon. Let's see your beautiful face.
Let's go.
Did
Clickety
I do the right thing?
Click, click,
No.
click, 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 click,
There.
click, click.
There you go.
There we go. All
There we
right.
go.
I have something
Yeah.
to show you guys while Maanyaa pulls up the predictions.
Yes.
Some of you may have noticed I was fucking losing it laughing a little bit, and it's because I went on Blue Sky to post that we were live, and this is what showed up on my screen.
Oh, God,
It's
this is
just
so cute.
shuffling.
Oh, I also just saw but I saw it on X. It's called Turtle Core. I don't know, Chesh, if you want to share that one. Hold on.
No, I'm not sharing
It's
anything
it's
from the fucking Nazi website, Maanyaa.
Come on, it's like
No.
turtles.
Don't care.
Please.
No, not doing it.
Aw.
No,
I'm sending it to you. Decide
Very
it
cute.
yourself. If you share.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
putting
share
the
it.
ball in your-
I already told you no.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I just sent
there's audio to this, and
Oh!
it's like the SpongeBob song audio, but I'm not gonna play the audio because I'll get like struck or whatever.
Yeah,
But
my
he's just like
copyright.
shuffling.
Jump
So
like-
it's actually is oranges imported into Canada from outside North America.
Yep.
And Italian vermouth.
Ooh.
Nice.
If and when Landon ever
I
visits, I'm gonna have to get him to make me something
Oh, I would love to do that at some point.
Yeah.
one day.
What I hear is that Chesh is bigger than life than you expect.
Yeah, is that what you heard? Somebody's lying to you. All right, what's the predictions, Maanyaa? What do you got?
Okay. So
Landon,
Landon
knock on
had
my
said,
door. Da-da-da-da-da.
Landon had said same number of episodes as last month, not as same record within the same number as. So he's just said that same number of episodes as last month. That's all I have here from him. So if you want to
same
expand,
old, same old. I think I said, similar heights of fountains and similar
Yeah.
volumes.
Chair said that complete
that's
settle
pretty
down
good.
by next month.
No, I was wrong.
Zar
said,
said
nah.
Zar had said Zar has said alien ice cream cones.
Sar is sticking to the alien ice cream cones.
So
Yeah, he is.
I did not see any alien ice cream zones in any of those images. Maybe we missed some.
You gotta check the clouds again. There were drones, but those are definitely not unidentified. We know what those are. There was that bird coming
Yeah.
close.
Oh, you never know. That bird went so close. Maybe it was an alien that was like, resistant to
Probably
high,
a good thing.
high temperatures.
Starts with a C, yes.
Don't indulge
so-
him.
He's referring to the C programming language. I'm sure.
Yo, sure.
Okay, so Raisin had said Pele will continue with more records. That's what it was.
Yes.
And
And
I
it
had
was.
said,
Yeah.
You showed right because we had the
Yep.
record fountain.
Yep.
Yeah. And I had said a few more low energy episodes. That's what I had said.
So you were wrong too.
Yeah, April had said more of the same but slightly less. So she was they were like on the same with me.
Yeah.
And then Smitty has said they predicted Pele will be finished. So they were like
They're
on the
saying
same
closer to
as
me.
you.
Yeah, no, Smitty and I are both losers.
Losers.
Same kind of losers.
Oh no.
I mean, we do this because I said that predicting what the volcano is going to do is hard, unless of course you believe that
Life
you know,
after
we
love.
have a pattern that's going to continue.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
Okay.
me?
Past results do not guarantee future.
Why the fuck do I talk? Why do I say
Returns.
words? I need
What
to
do you do?
stop. I gotta stop.
You okay?
No.
You okay? You alright? Okay. All right. Do we want to go for predictions for next time? Till the next episode?
I think we should.
Yeah, chat, let us know what your predictions are. We'll write them down and check on them for next round, which will be next
Definitely.
month.
We want to know.
Landon, what were you saying?
So I'm predicting similar number of episodes with similar fountain heights, and more of the same.
I want to say it's going to be the same, but it's going to be on a downturn.
Hold on.
So you would say,
I'm writing, not typing.
You're
okay,
fine, you're fine.
and
What did you say, Tish?
when you say downturn, are you talking about that the fountains are not as high?
Yeah. Low, same pattern, lower downturn on the energy.
Okay, that certainly is possible.
Sarah saying alien ice cream cones. He's committed.
Yeah,
Alien ice cream.
Yeah.
Alien ice cream cones.
And does the ice cream? Is there a particular flavor of the alien ice cream cones?
I'm gonna
Ice
find
cream?
out.
Is it vanilla? Is it Rocky Road? What is Pele's ice cream?
Ooh. What would Pele's favorite ice cream flavor be? That's a good question.
Like Landon said, Rocky Roads.
Would it be Rocky
But
Road?
that's
I just love that turtle.
She doesn't seem to like roads very much. I'm not convinced.
No.
Yes,
But that's why she. I think so. She likes them. That's why she chomps down on them.
Spicy core, a spicy. So like a cinnamon hearts kind of ice cream flavor.
Nice.
Oh, a
Pele's ice
fish,
cream is-
fish flavored. Candy apple. Candy apple's a good guess. What about a pineapple?
Okay.
I don't know. Let us know in the comment section down below what you think Pele's favorite ice cream would be.
I think next episode, the eruptions will stop.
You mean by next month, right?
By next
Yeah,
month,
by next episode, the eruptions will stop. Like, so the day like this, we come to this day, there will be no eruptions. There'll be maybe, like Chess said, like start with like a couple of like low energy ones and then just go quiet.
Yeah, I think it's sort of that she's done, and this would be declared the end of the eruption.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah. So Smitty, she writes on paper because she does not want it to be confused with any sort of like chat bot.
Is there white lava? Well, the lava that we see coming out does take on an ashy color that does get like a more white color. Depending on what you're looking at. So, is it considered the lava itself? I mean, that's more of like your forbidden brownie. It also kind of depends on what you consider white. Because if I were to like take some of the video and I were to screen cap it and I were to like color match it, some of it would be bright enough that it would be considered very close. it wouldn't be straight white. Like, it wouldn't be white like this, but it would be bright enough of a light that's coming, like a nighttime photo, that you'd probably get a lot closer than you might think on the color palette.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Anyone else from the live chat? Come on, Alex. Do you have any? Jens. Either one of you? No.
Wow, it would have to be insanely hot to emit white-black body radiation. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I think that's our predictions.
Yeah, that's okay. So it's just 3 of us this month, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's okay.
To be fair, I did
Fine.
not schedule this stream until today, so people probably don't know we're here.
Oh, okay.
Our next stream is next Saturday. And it'll be the pub.
That.
So, needless to say, we're going to have to talk about Epstein. Dun dun dun.
Oh,
yeah, nobody's happy about that. Nobody wants to do this. I do believe our next Pele
Volcano
will be on the 15th. I believe. But we will double check that.
On the 15th of
15th of August. 15th of August.
Yeah.
You know what's that? That's the Independence Day for India.
Oh.
And
Congratulations.
14th of August is the Independence. Yeah, 14th of August is the Independence Day for Pakistan. So yeah, because we split. So yeah.
Yeah, nobody wants to talk about the most blatant cover-up to ever blatant cover-up. Yeah, like, we're gonna have to, we can't not. It's kind of, like, whatever. I'll explain more on Saturday. So
Whatever.
If you want a chance. Like and subscribe and hit the bell, and we'll be back next Saturday to talk about all of the politics that have been going on this month, and I will probably not have unalived myself by then.
So for stuff, I'm predicting that on the 2nd of August, we will release the winners of the 40th International Obfuscated C Code Contest. For those that are talking about C, it looks like there we had a problem that the machine we were doing to render some of the graphics and do the production had a fan failure on its GPU, and that delayed us a little bit. But we, in the meantime, spent the time to make even better presentation of some, I think, very impressive winners. So check out when it comes, it's on our favorite universe channel. Yeah. Where will become the presentation of the 40th.
And you're working on that with David, right?
Yes, David has got he's a pretty skilled producer.
You need to tell me right now if you're spelling favorite correctly or not.
Favor? Which favor?
Our favorite universe. Are you spelling favor incorrectly? I bet you are.
Our favorite. Favorite? Our favorite, not favor. Our favorite.
Yeah.
I believe it's the standard spelling. Is that incorrect?
Yeah, you don't spell with a U. Because you're from the United States.
Yeah.
Well, we have an embargo on...
on you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's spelled our favorite universe, but it is specifically the United States spelling. So if you are in Europe, or you're in Canada, or if you're anywhere else in the world besides basically the United States, it is spelled without a U. It is, however, linked in the side chat. Feel free to check them out there. I'll make sure it gets in the description. Go subscribe to Landon.
Well, I mean, we have to use stuff without use, because I think that Canada is taxing
Is there a tariff?
So have to, yeah, there's a tariff.
There's a tariffs on you.
Isn't that what the leader said? Tariff on you, you know?
Hey, Lamau. All right. thank you so much for joining
Alright.
us, everybody. Look out, there's gonna be some crazy stuff over on my other channel, which is definitely not associated with this channel. My presence is the only thing that links those two
And
things
There's
together.
also some really.
Just be thankful that
I'll just say
Haley is
this.
likely to not copyright strike this show. She didn't feel about.
But even if
About
we do get
use
copyright
fair
strike,
use
I
of
think so. It's
images of
about
her.
time.
I'm leaving.
Yeah. So, but I think so. It's about time that if there is, I start like putting my money where my mouth is. So, if there are any copyright strikes coming my way, just I will. Yeah. Okay. We are out of here. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
See you
for
guys next
coming.
time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I have a button here somewhere to press. There it is.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Just put the turtles up, man.
Yeah.
Oh, God. No turtles.
Turtle all the way down.